Welcome folks! Today we're diving into the thrilling world of Mobile Legends and uncovering the 7 most amazing ways to boost your gameplay. But hold on a second, I could waste your time with a nonsensical intro that will leave you scratching your head, or we can jump straight into the video. Let's go, shall we? Now, the absolute best way to level up your gameplay is by splurging on diamonds. Loads and loads of them. I would say at least 1500 a month. Just kidding, that's total bullshit. You don't need to break the bank to become a Mobile Legends maestro. In fact, the most effective method for growing stronger lies in upgrading your emblems. Trust me, it can work wonders. Imagine this, you face off against an opponent with embracingly low level emblems, while yours are rocking the house. Bam! You'll enjoy better damage, increased HP, solid defense and maybe even some nifty bonus effects. So instead of splurging on every hero that tickles your fancy, focus on upgrading those emblems. It's a bit of a journey to reach level 60, but every little boost counts, even before the match starts. I highly suggest you learn to play each role, but you always have a few roles that you like and play more often. Those are the ones that deserve your utmost attention, so level them up first. Don't spend your magic dust on the magic and physical emblems. They'll collect dust if you climb the ranks. And as for those jungler and support emblems, they take a backseat compared to the others. So choose wisely when investing your precious magic dust. Now it's time to shift your focus from emptying our pockets to actually improving our win rates. And trust me, there are a few crucial things you need to wrap your head around. Let's dive right into it. First thing first, let's go of the obsession with racking up kills. Seriously, that's not the key to victory, especially not in early game. Instead, channel your energy into investing your time wisely, just like in school. We all adore school, right? Think of it as a long-term strategy. By dedicating yourself to farm in early game, you reap the rewards in late game. It's like climbing the ladder of success, but in Mobile Legends. During those precious initial minutes, your primary focus should be on slaying minions, tackling jungle monsters and grabbing gold from turrets. At the same time, you've got to avoid getting killed, as that eats away at your valuable farming time. By doing this, your gold and XP will skyrocket, making you stronger than your opponent. And when you're stronger, my friends, those kills will come to you more naturally and safely. Oh, and by the way, I recently dropped a video explaining why your enemies always seem to outfarm you and how to fix this. If you're curious and hungry for more valuable insights, check it out in the description below. It might just be the missing puzzle piece to level up your gameplay. In a nutshell, remember this, kills take a backseat while farming takes center stage, especially in early game. Start seeing Mobile Legends as a farming game rather than just another MOBA, and you'll be well on your way to glory. Now brace yourself for the next tip, as it ties in perfectly with her farming philosophy. Pay close attention folks, because this one is a game changer. If you want to dodge those perky enemy ambushes and boost your survival rate, you've got to master the art of map awareness. Don't worry, it's not as daunting as it sounds. Allow me to break it down for you just in 1 minute. Ready? Let's go. Picture this. There are 5 foes roaming the battlefield, and you need to keep track on them. The key is to glance at the minimap at least every 5 seconds. By doing so, you instantly know when an enemy disappears from sight, which could be a telltale sign of an impending gank. Now pay extra attention to the jungler. If you spot him on the other side of the map, no worries, you're safe from his surprise attacks. Keep in mind, he likes to wander through the jungle, where he is invisible to your eyes, so try to anticipate his movements and plan accordingly. If you only see 1 or 2 enemies on the map, it's time to retreat swiftly. The chance of falling into an enemy trap are sky high, my friends. On the other hand, when 1 or 2 enemies are missing, there's a slight possibility of a gank. Stay alert and keep your guard up. Oh, and here's a nifty trick. Consider the timing of defeated enemies. It takes them roughly 20 seconds to respawn and make their way back to the center of the battlefield. Use this knowledge to your advantage. You're smarter than they are. Now, if you find yourself struggling to keep up an eye on the minimap, fear not. You can easily enlarge it for better visibility by tweaking a simple setting. Play around with it until it suits your needs, like a glue. Remember, my fellow gamers, it all boils down to checking that minimap like your life depends on it, which, let's face it, kind of does. This simple trick of map awareness can save you from the clutches of death and grant you more precious farming time. So please, start harnessing the power of map awareness and reign supreme on the battlefield. Phew, that was one great minute of knowledge, but don't worry, I've got more gems of wisdom coming your way. We're about to unlock another vital strategy to up your gameplay. It's all about mastering the art of positioning during the lane phase to avoid those dreaded enemy ganks. And guess what? It ties in perfectly with our previous tip on map awareness. So let's dive right in. When you sense an enemy gank approaching, it's time to position yourself strategically to maximize your chance of survival. Several factors come into play, with mobility taking center stage. If you happen to be playing a hero with terrible mobility like Layla or Gord, and you spot a high mobility hero like Esmeralda or Lancelot closing in, my friends, it's time to cozy up next to your turret. Safety first. On the other hand, if the mobility gap between you and the ganking hero is smaller, you can afford to stay a bit further towards the front lines. Remember, always try to position yourself on the opposite side of the lane from the potential ganker. The greater the distance, the greater your chances of survival. Successfully evading a gank not only saves your own skin, but also wastes the enemy's precious time. And that, my friends, is a win for your team. So, make it your mission to make their gank attempts fail miserably. Especially in those crucial early minutes, your top priority should be avoiding death. Let's keep that farming game going strong. Now here's a little pro tip. Carefully analyze the match at the hand to determine the best position for your hero. This simple trick significantly increases your chance of survival. And hey, don't forget to keep your eyes on the prize. Farming like there's no tomorrow. But wait, there's more. We've got an easy fix that can make a world of difference for you and your team. If you want to level up your gameplay and dominate the battlefield, effective communication is the name of the game. Allow me to share the most important tips to master this crucial skill. First and foremost, keep your teammates in the loop when an enemy goes missing from your lane. It's a simple yet impactful act that can save your less map-aware allies from a surprise attack. Use the quick chat feature. It's quick, convenient and gets the job done. Even I, the master of map awareness, sometimes overlooks the minimap. So when an ally alerts me to a missing enemy, it's a true lifesaver that prevents unnecessary deaths. Next, be a team player and inform your allies when you're about to initiate a gank. This heads up allows them to prepare themselves, saving their skills or luring the enemy closer to your turret. Such coordination significantly increases the chance of a successful gank, especially if your ally is experienced in such maneuvers. Now, let's talk about seizing those golden opportunities. When a few enemies have fallen or when you're marching with multiple allies, it's time to ready the troops and unleash your call to action. Coordinate with your team and let them know if it's time to take down the Turtle Lords. This not only brings in valuable gold and XP, but also provides a significant advantage to your team. So don't be shy, speak up and call for the much needed assistance. But there's a critical reminder: resist the urge to waste your match time typing away. Even if your teammates isn't performing up to par, it's essential to stay focused and refrain from lashing out. Trust me, barricading them will only make matters worse. Instead, maintain a calm composure and let your gameplay do the talking. Keep these tips in mind and I guarantee you and your team will witness a remarkable improvement in performance. Effective communication is the key to victory, my friends. It's time to uncover another invaluable tip that will elevate your gameplay to new heights. Now let's talk about the importance of understanding your role, especially during teamfights. I've crafted an entire guide on this topic, but let me give you a quick summary to get you up to speed. First up, we have the tank. Your main task is to march bravely to the front lines, soaking up enemy damage like a sponge. The tank's primary objective is to protect the damage dealers from those pesky fools trying to get too close and personal. Remember, tanks shouldn't get distracted by dealing damage. Their focus should be squarely on safeguarding their allies. Next in line we have the mighty fighter. This hero often takes on the role of initiating team fights and focusing on dishing out damage to squishy targets. With a balance of offense and defense, fighters excel at targeting marksmen or mages during these intense clashes. Keep a watchful eye on the carry and step in when your tank falls short in their protective duties. Now behold the assassin. Their mission is to strike swiftly from the side or behind enemy lines, hunting down those fragile heroes with surgical precision. With exceptional mobility and devastating burst damage, assassins can swiftly eliminate high-value targets. Timing is crucial here, so analyze the situation, strike at the opportune moments. Not too early, not too late. Next, let's unleash the power of the mage. Mages specialize in delivering high burst or sustained damage to single or multiple targets. They truly shine against opponents lacking magic defense. Keep an eye on the scoreboard to identify the prime targets to focus your magic onslaught upon. Now the marksman, the one of strength and vulnerability. They possess immense damage dealing potential, but are also prime targets for the enemy. Stay safely behind your tank and attacking foes within a safe range. It's better to deal slightly less damage while taking fewer risks than to rush in recklessly and perish prematurely. Last but not least, we have the support heroes. As their name suggests, their primary role is to provide invaluable support to the team. Whether it's healing, buffing or crowd controlling enemies, supports play a vital role in assisting the damage dealers. Stick close to them, offering protection and amplifying their effectiveness. These are the key aspects to understand for each role during team fights. Embrace your role and fulfill it with precision and finesse. Now brace yourself for the next tip. A personal favorite that helped me tremendously when I was struggling to rank up. The unpredictable world of playing with random teammates. It's time to face the harsh reality, my friends. When you find yourself team up with strangers, trust becomes a luxury you simply cannot afford. Don't get your hopes up or expect anything from them because, let's face it, they might just mess up everything you try to set up. It's a sad truth, but an essential one to grasp. Here's the golden rule. Never put yourself at risk to save an ally who may not return the favor or end up botching the whole situation anyway. It's a tough pill to swallow, but once I stopped relying on random teammates, my own performance skyrocketed. Trusting them blindly is a gamble not worth taking. Now, I must acknowledge, there are some exceptional players out there, hidden gems among the masses. But let's be real, most of them are, well, not exactly shining stars. It's safe to assume that they might disappoint you. Embrace the mindset that they are all unreliable and you'll find yourself better prepared to take matters into your own capable hands. Remember, my warriors, the majority of those randoms allies are prone to venting frustration and expressing their displeasure. But fear not, by adopting the perspective that they are all like this, you shield yourself from their negativity and unlock your true potential. If any of you can relate to this struggle, I encourage you to share your experience in the comment section. Let your voice be heard and unite with fellow warriors who understand the trials and tribulations of relying on random allies. Together, we shall overcome. So these were the 7 tips that will help you to become way more effective in Mobile Legends. Please share which one you think will help the most, because I'd love to hear from this amazing community. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you again in the next guide.